This is a cantilever beam. This cantilever beam having A end fixed, B end free, and it is having a point load at point C 3 kilonewton, and from B to D there is a uniformly distributed load at the rate of 2 kilonewton per meter. Now the distances are given. This is AD 0.25 meter, this CD 1 meter, and BC is 0.25 meter. Now in this case, our job is to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram on this condition. So we have taken, this is what we have to imagine in our head, that the section XX which is taken from B at a distance of X. So the section is taken between this CB portion. So between, in this region, we will take a section XX here at a distance of X from B. We will imagine that section. We have to visualize it inside our head. So if the section XX is taken between B to C at any point at a distance of X from B, at that case, the only acting force here, the vertical acting force, perpendicular acting force, is force due to this uniformly distributed load here. So uniformly distributed loading is 2 kilonewton per meter. So for X meter, the total load will be 2 into X, so which will vary linearly, because this shear force is depending at the power of 1 of this X. So that's why we can say this is a linear equation and the shear force varying linearly. So the much the X increases, the shear force increases linearly. So looking from that, we draw a straight line like this. So at this end, at X equal to 0, that means at point B, the shear force will be 0, and at a distance X, it will be 2X. So it will be increase in this way. Now, if we put X equal to 0.25 meter, then we will get at point C. So we will put X equal to 0.25 meter and we get 0.5 kilonewton. So at this point, it is 0.5 kilonewton. Now at point C, there is a point load of 3 kilonewton, which will act as a sudden increase. So from here, we will go up by 3 kilonewton. So this much distance will be given by 3 kilonewton. Now, if now we have completed the curve between B to C. So the curve comes like this, then goes like this. Now, if we take this section XX between this C to D, so we have to imagine in our head that the section XX now taken at a distance X from B, but between C to D. Okay, so at any region, you just imagine that is XX section at a distance of X from B. So in such case, let us see what happens. In that case, that shear force at any section XX at a distance X, so imagine the section will be here. So what will be the forces acting on it? There is a 3 kilonewton force on the right side of the section, so it will be positive, and this uniformly distributed load, that will also will be positive. So it will become, the distance between these two will be X minus 0.25, X minus 0.25. This is the distance, and the force value is 3 kilonewton, plus, because of this uniformly distributed load, it will be 2 kilonewton per meter into X meter, and this is the load working. So this will be the equation of shear force between C to D. Now, this shear force at x equal to 1.25 meter, that means at D, shear force at D will be how much? X equal to, at D, x equal to 1.25. So if we put the values 3 into 1 point, sorry, the video got freezed, give me a moment. Okay, it came back now. So the equation you have written is this. Now if we put x equal to 1.25 for D, this condition, so we put x equal to 1.25 minus 0.25 plus 2 into 1.25. So the shear force at D, we will get 3 plus 2 into 1.25 is 2.5, and that will be 5.5 kilonewton. Now, so that means between C to D, the shear force got increased by this formula, which is a linear one, and we get at D, we get 5.5 kilonewton. So here we have got 3.5. Now it will further increase in linearly, and this much will be 5.5 kilonewton. Now, as you see, there is no forces between A to D. There are no forces, that means the shear force will be remain unchanged. So there will be a horizontal line, and this will be also 5.5 kilonewton at A. Okay, so the shear force diagram can be drawn in this way to understand that this is the shear force diagram. Okay, so is this shear force diagram clear to everybody? Do you have any questions? Please type it in. Your voice is breaking. Please type it in. I'll wait. Should I continue? this 3 kilonewton load acting at point C only. This is a point load. The load shown by arrow is a point load and acting on C only. Any more questions? No question yet came in, so we will continue on finding out the bending moment diagram. So we will go for the bending moment diagram of this curve. So looking at this figure, similarly, if we talk about the section B to C, in that case, the section you will take at a distance of x from B. So anywhere in this region, so only force working there between B to C is this uniformly distributed load. Okay, so in that case, you can write mxx between C to B will be equal to the load is 2 into x, and that load will be working at a distance of x by 2. So if you take section x here, that means the load working here is 2 into x, and that will work from the center of gravity. That will be for same type of loading at same rate, so will be at the middle, so it will work on x by 2. So the bending moment working on this x section will be 2x into x by 2, so it will be written as x square. So if it is xx square, so that means from B to C it is working following this equation. So from here we can get at x equal to 0, that means at B we can get bending moment will be equal to 0. So if we draw a line, now if you look, these loads are trying to bend the beam as negative bending moment or as hogging moment. So actually if we look for the previous day's class, we have discussed if the beam has a tendency to bend like this, that will be negative bending moment and it will be called hogging. Okay, so it is kind of this case, the right hand side of the section tries to move downward facing clockwise moment. So this is negative bending moment. You see the same thing is being occurring here. So the beam have a tendency to bend like this, so bending moment will be negative, and the right hand section facing this clockwise moment, so that will be negative bending moment as we have discussed earlier. So similarly it will be a negative bending moment throughout, because all the forces are acting right hand side in clockwise way. So we will draw a ground line or GL line or reference line, or we just name it by any name. So from B to C, the bending moment will follow a parabolic curve, because this bending moment is depending on x square sorry, I have got a phone call. Just give me a moment. Hello. Yes. हाँ बोलो. हम्म. अच्छा. আচ্ছা. হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, আগে ইন্টারভিউটা সামলাও. তুমি সবাইকে একটু ইনফর্ম করে দিও যে যেন সবাই ইন্টারভিউটা সামলে নেয়, দেন ভাইভা ক্যান বি অ্যারেঞ্জ লেটার অন টাইম. ঠিক আছে, ওকে. Okay, so at B, x equal to 0, so we get bending moment equal to 0. Now at C, that means at x equal to 0.25 meter, so it will be 0.25 square and with help of calculator we can do it without help of calculator also. 25 and 25, it will be 625, and we have 4 side of after point, so it will be this much Newton meter. Okay, now when the section being taken from C to D, okay, the video again got freezed. Yeah, it came back. Now from C to D, between this CD condition, if the section is taken, then it will be, okay, first let me draw this. So from B it is 0, from C it will be 0.25, sorry, 0.0625 Newton meter, and it is varying parabolic, following parabolic curve, so it will be like this. Okay, so this curve will be parabolic curve. Now at a section between C to D, if the x is taken, so for this uniformly distributed load, it will be, the load will be 2x working at a distance of x by 2 plus for the load 3 kilonewton point load, it will be at a distance of x minus 0.25. Okay, so here also we can see it will vary like this. So x square plus 3 into x minus 0.25. The video again got paused. So the equation will be, this is the load, this is the distance from the location of the load to the section. Okay, so if we take at a section here, suppose this is x distance, sorry, suppose this is x distance. Okay, so in such case the loading will be 2x, and that 2x load will be working from the middle, so at x by 2, so this distance will be x by 2, so 2x into x by 2 plus this load is 3 kilonewton and working x minus 0.25 distance. So this will be the formula between C to D. Now at C we can get the load from here. So at D the x value will be 1.25. So you just put the value x equal to 1.25 plus 3 into 1.25 minus 0.25, and it will give us now we need calculator. One 1.25 square plus 3, so it will be 4.563. These are all kilonewton meter, as these are kilonewton. Okay, so this will be kilonewton meters, this will be also kilonewton meters. So now again this curve will continue as this bending moment depends on x square. So this will continue this way. So my curve got little bend up scenario. So this will be a parabolic one, this will also be a parabolic one, parabolic curve, while this point will be 0.0625 kilonewton meter, this point will be 4.563 kilonewton meter at D. Similarly, if we take section between A to D, let us write here. So we will take a section between D to A. Okay, if we take a section between D to A, there is no separate load. So these loads are not further varying in parabolic curve. Let us see if the section XX taken between A to D at a distance x from B. Okay, so in such case the total load UDL is equal to 2 into 1.25, and it is working at a distance of x minus 1.25 by 2. So the load will be working from its CG, which is at the middle. So it will be, middle means 1.25 by 2 here. So x is taken here. So this much is x, this much is 1.25 by 2. So this much will be x minus 1.25 by 2. So the load I am assuming is working from its CG. So this is for the UDL. Now there is a 3 kilonewton load at point C. So this will be plus 3 into x minus 0.25, load into distance. Now if I put this, x will be equal to, at A point 1.5. 1 plus 0.25 plus 0.25, 1.5. So at x equal to 1.5 means at point A. If we put the values here, if you look, there is no x square, only the terms are at x. So 1.25 into 2 is 2.5 into x minus 1.25 divided by 2, 0.625 plus 3 into x minus 0.25. So this equation is clearly linear. So now between D to A, the bending moment will vary at a linear curve. So now we put x equal to 1.5 as we have to find out bending moment at point A. So at M A, the equation becomes 2.5 into 1.5 in place of x. So x equal to 1.5 minus 0.25. So let us calculate 1.5 minus 0.625 into 2.5 plus 3 into 1.25, and that will give us 5.9375 kilonewton meter. So in this curve, this portion is parabolic, but this will be linear. So you have to write this is linear, and this value is how much we have found out. This much is 5.9375 kilonewton meter. So you have to mark the curve so that it can be easily understand. Like this. Okay, this is how we have to mark the curve. So is it clear? Any questions? Sorry, I got another phone call to attend. Hello. তুমি আজকে ভাইভাটা দাও, ভাইভাটা দেওয়ার পর যদি তোমার সময় থাকে তুমি লিংকে একবার ক্লিক করে দেখবে, তখন ভাইভাটা কন্টিনিউ হচ্ছে কি হচ্ছে না। অ্যান্ড তোমরা ওই শ্যামচাঁদ স্যারের সঙ্গে কথা বলে নেবে। শ্যামচাঁদ স্যার, শ্যামচাঁদ দে, এসসিডি স্যার। হ্যাঁ, তোমরা আগে আগে ইন্টারভিউটা তো দিয়ে নাও, দেন যখন ইন্টারভিউটা হয়ে যাবে তোমরা একবার ওই লিংকে ক্লিক করে দেখবে তখনও ভাইভাটা হচ্ছে নাকি। ঠিক আছে, ওকে। Okay, sorry for the interaction. Yeah. Yeah, please give me your feedbacks, whether you are understanding it or having some problem. your feedback is very, very important to me. Otherwise, I cannot understand where the problem lies. Okay. So now then we'll go for another problem. Okay. So earlier we have discussed there are different type of loadings, uh, uniformly distributed load, concentrated load, and uniformly varying load or gradually varying load. Now we will solve a problem on this gradually varying load. We'll start with the easy one to make you understand the concept, and later on we will continue on little complex problems. So this we will start with again the cantilever beam, which is going to carry a gradually varying load, and the rate of loading is given by this curve. So here this end is fixed. We call it this end A, this end B. Now at this point A, the loading is W per unit length. Okay, so the loading is given small w, or you can say omega, whatever you like, per, you can say small w, that will be much relative. So at end B, the rate of loading is 0, whether at A the rate of loading is small w per unit length. The total length of this beam is capital L. Now we have to find the shear force and bending moment diagram for this condition. So whenever we are trying to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, we'll just elongate these lines. We'll just elongate these lines. Looking at it, we can understand if we take a section at this region, say XX, at a point C, at a distance of x from B. Okay, we are taking section XX at point C at a distance of small x from point B. So now we can say, when we look at this section XX, we will imagine only either side of it, either right hand side or left hand side. So if we look at left hand side, or sorry, if we are looking at right hand side only, then you see the forces are trying to make a clockwise movement. So when the right side of the section tries to shift downwards, then it is a positive type shear force and negative type bending moment. Okay, so this means it will prepare a positive type shear force and negative type bending moment. Now, so if we want to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram, we just continue on this line. For this purpose, we will need a ground line you can name it any name. I am just giving the locations AB. So when we giving the locations AB, these are the ground lines. Now at portion C, at position C, we can find out the rate of loading. Okay, so at A, at a distance of L, the loading is small w. Okay, so at C, at a distance x, what will be the loading? That we can find out by simple arithmetic or from the law of triangle. For both of the way, we can find out the loading at point C. So now is that really important? Look at the syllabus and you can find out which module is important, which module is going on. Really, that is important, which module is going on in between a topic. We are discussing shear force and bending moment diagram. Look for the syllabus and you will find out which module. So at point C, we are going to require to find out the loading rate. So if we see from point B, for the variation of length capital L, we get loading small w per unit length. So what will be the loading rate at point C? Okay, so from this law of triangle, we can say that the loading, or from simple arithmetic, we can say the loading rate at C is equal to small w by L into x. If you are unable to view the class, after every class recording is being uploaded, please look for the recordings. So this is the loading rate at C. Now so we have found out the loading rate. Now we have to draw the shear force uh, diagram. We will find out the shear force. So the shear force we can write by Fx at a section xx at a section XX, we can write the shear force Fx is the, what is the Fx? Total load on the cantilever for length x from B. So that can be given by the triangle of BCX, the area of triangle, actually area of triangle BCX, that will give us the total load working on BC region. I am explaining it again. If we take a section XX at a length of x from free end B, then the shear force working on this BC region is given by this area of this triangle BCX. So if this point is taken as x, so this area of this triangle will giving us the shear force. So area of the triangle is half into BC into CX, and that will be, BC means x and CX means this W into x by L. So it will be W x square by 2L. That is the shear force. Now the shear force is varying with a parabolic curve, because the shear force is varying with x square. Shear force is varying with x square. So that will be a parabolic curve, and as because the right portion of this section tries to have facing a clockwise moment or tries to shift downward, that means the shear force will be positive and the curve will be like this. This will be a parabolic curve, and at A the shear force will be, will put capital L in place of x. So small w into L square by 2L, that will be small w into capital L by 2. So here it will be this. So if you draw the shear force diagram, it will be look like this. Now if we draw the bending moment, if we want to find out the bending moment, we can easily understand from the previous rules that the bending moment will be negative for the condition. So the bending moment for the right of the section XX will be negative. Now how can you find it out? The total load for length x into the distance of CG of loading from x. So the total load that is working is this much, W x square by 2L, and it will be working where, if you see this triangle, this BCX is the loading triangle. So this total load will be working from the CG of this triangle. So CG will be here. If the CG is here, say this is CG of the load. So the CG of, so this distance from XX to the CG of the load will be how much? Can anyone tell me? The video got freezed. Yeah. If this is the CG of the load, this is the XX. Why the CG is here? Because this is a loading triangle BCX. So this triangle actually shows us the load. So the CG of this load will be at the CG of this triangle. So what will be the difference? What is the distance from this CG to this XX? Can anyone tell me? It will be total is X. So the CG of the triangle from base will be X by 3. So we can write the distance is X by 3. So it will be equation W into X cube by